What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So for this horror trailer review, we are taking a look first at the article like we always do. Then we'll jump into the trailer and give our reaction and our thoughts on it. But the Nest promo teaser unveils new psychological horror from rec producer Filmax. So this is our, I imagine this is an image from the trailer, which already has some eeriness to it. Not sure. I mean, based on the candle light that's being used, the ankle chain, and just the flooring, not sure exactly when this film is, like the time period this film would be taking place in. And again, unless someone is living in a very, very old home and using, I would call, I guess, like old-fashioned lighting. This could be a period piece horror film, may not be a period piece horror film, but all indications just from this, if this is all we had to look at, I would gather as such that this could be a period piece film. So let's jump into the article details, then we're going to jump over to this teaser. Have no idea how long the teaser will be. Typically, we see them be anywhere between 30 to roughly 45, 50 seconds. So we'll see how long this one's going to be, but let's jump into these article details first. Filmax, the Barcelona-based studio behind Rec and The Nameless, is bringing new psychological horror movie The Nest to the Cannon's market, Variety reports today. Directing The Nest is Hugo Steuven from a script by Santiago Lalana. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this next name, so we'll just move along. The horror movie follows Marta, who is so obsessed with protecting her family from the terrifying outside world that she keeps her mother and young son locked in their mountain village home. Everything seems to go well until one day a man arrives intent on destroying everything Marta has built. The Nest has all the elements of a classic suspense movie, and the story it tells of what goes on behind the closed doors of one family is both disturbing and terrifying, producer Laura Fernandez at Filmax told Variety. A perverse, cold, and calculating woman convinced she's doing what's necessary to protect her family keeps her mother and young son locked up inside the house. The constant sense of unease makes it both captivating and horrifying. It's a story that takes place inside one house within one family, but one which could unfortunately be splashed across the pages of any newspaper tomorrow. So I'm wondering, based on that synopsis, if it almost sounds like this entire film, I mean, it's saying, let's go back to it. The story this is a story that takes place inside one house with one family. So I imagine we know about the character Marta. She's locked up her mom and young son. So we already know we have three characters at play here. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those horror films that we've seen where the entire thing is happening now within 2 or 3 rooms, and it's going to be happening between this number of characters. And films like that in general, but more so in horror films that we tend to see this happen in, where it's a very single location and the script is going to have to be on point. The story, the suspense, everything's going to have to be on point, I think, to keep an audience intrigued, invested, and into it, because typical films like this are going to be, when we see this, it's a standard for horror films. Like an hour and a half long is typical standard. Not really goes any shorter. Could go longer, but they usually cut off around the 90-minute mark. So I'm hoping, just based on that alone, for 90 minutes, they can keep us captivated and horrified, as this mentions, into this film, if that's what this might turn out to be. So let's continue. The Nest goes into production soon, but in the meantime, Filmax is bringing a promo reel to Cannon's market for potential buyers. It's a strategy that the studio employed. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, for the 2002 English language horror movie Darkness, a breakout U.S. hit for Miramax, starring Anna Paquin and Lena Olin. The Nest promo reel is shot in English, but Filmax notes that the Nest will be in Spanish. The reel introduces a mysterious box that suggests something may be inside of it. All right, so we have so that's where let's see, make sure the article ends there. So we have the teaser here, which we're going to pull up now. I'm not fully intrigued. I mean, I'm a little intrigued. Again, my only concern is, when we get into films where they're based in a very single location, and we're just going from one room to the other room, right? Again, the story, the script's gonna have to be on point. The acting's gonna have to be very, very convincing, especially for someone like me. I think when movies get like this, unless they keep you almost guessing as to what's going to happen, even if it's a slow burn, I think some audience members, viewers can start to shut down, be like, yeah, I don't have time for this, and switch it right off. So they're gonna have to keep us guessing and keep that suspense really going. So, all right, we're back to the top of the article. Now let's pull up this teaser. We'll see how long it is and see what they're gonna give us.
It's like an icy breath that chases you from behind. It creeps up on you slowly until it reaches you and gets inside you. Especially you, children, who are the most defenseless of us all. That's what evil does. And once it sets its eyes on you, there's no turning back. It will consume you, little by little, until it kills you. That's why you must always remember the rules. You can never go out during the day, only at night. And you must never cross the forest, because evil is born between its roots. The evil that dwells deep inside men. But I'm your mother, and I will always protect you. Like a bird building its nest. A nest to shelter all its family. Mother, go back to the room. Everything's fine.
Who is this little boy?
It's your grandson. Come on, let me help you.
So pretty interesting promo for this film. That was that was a teaser, and it was much longer than I expected. It was a little over 2 minutes. Usually that's the length of a full trailer. Not much to tell from this. Now, that answered a lot of questions as far as, we mentioned at the beginning of this video when we were looking at the article that it looked like this could be a period piece just based on what the small screenshot that we saw. It's obviously not. It looks like it's going to be in somewhat modern time, but they are definitely out there in the middle of nowhere. They are deep in the woods, very secluded, and we see obviously the candles and everything as their source of light throughout the house. Now we did see who I presume is Marta, is the one that we saw primarily in this teaser with her son. We don't know what she's staring at first until the end of the trailer, and she is staring at another individual who appears to be that mysterious person who came to possibly threaten their way of life or threaten what she believes is to be evil, locked up in this wooden box. Now, we don't know it yet, but then when before we got to that part, the mother coming around the corner, she's obviously chained to what those two long iron or steel beams, which are bolted to the ground, and it doesn't look like she can move down the full length of them. It looks like she is stuck to one end, but then those bars go the full length of that room all the way up to that box where we find another man is locked up in, and it appears he might be attached to a chain at the other end of those. But there was a gap in between these two bars, so I wonder if they are able to walk that length back and forth. If not, it's maybe they're just there to attach the chains to and have them locked up. But also I'm wondering if it's to keep them separate in some way, shape, or form. The mother appeared did not have, it looks like her memory might be an issue, because when she walks in, Marta addresses her. She doesn't know that the little boy is her grandson. She has to be reminded of that. In the talkover, Marta's mentioning you can't go out during the day. You can only go out at night. It can't go beyond the forest. It's interesting because you would think it'd be the opposite. It'd be you don't want to go out at nighttime. You'd go out during the day, because we've seen that play out in other films. There was that Halle Berry film that came out not too long ago, where she played a character with her two young sons. They were attached by ropes to the house. They could only go out so far. The name escapes me of that, but it's very similar type. But they were going out during the day. I mean, they would go out. I don't think they went out at night, but if they did, I think they may have, but again, they couldn't go far beyond with the ropes, because if they weren't attached, then, you know, all that story plays out. But this one seems interesting, but again, not a lot of information to go on, even with a 2 minute and 17-second teaser. Still don't really know how this is going to play out. I do think, though, this will be, as I was mentioning, secluded into the house. It's going to be secluded in 1 or 2 rooms, which could make this a tough watch unless the story is on point and unless the story is captivating. So hopefully this one does. We get more information. Hopefully studio picks this one up and we get more information on it. So that way we get a deeper synopsis, but I guess a more round trailer where we do have some additional scenes on how this is going to play out. So that's going to do it for this horror trailer review for The Nest. Again, we don't have a date for this one yet, so we'll say coming soon. It might come later this year, might come next year, but as soon as we know, we'll let you all know. Drop a comment in the comments section. Let us know what you thought about that teaser for The Nest. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we will see you at the next one. Later.